A troll.
Yep, Falcon's going for the troll. It's a nice carry matchup for the anti-mage. Between the two, you ever lock onto the anti-mage.
Reason and a top 3 finish is never the target for either of these. These are championship winning teams through and through. They've had a lot of finals appearances, both of them within the last year, of course clinching some of them for themselves. They want to get the upper bracket route and have more time to study the ultimate opponent.
Yeah, despite the predictions for everybody this tournament being completely wrong, I think seeing these two teams as top 3 is not surprising though, which is funny. It's just the road to this point has been very unexpected.
Absolutely.
As we have the bounty rune spawn. Yep, Satanic, he will grab the bounty and has to take the blink to get away.
A rare sight. 4 bounties for the same team. Parivision off to a great start here. This is effectively more or less a 1,000 gold lead. It's very close to. Means you're going to arrive with that lane with a little bit more attributes. You're going to get the earlier tangos potentially, and of course for the mid lane, a faster bottle will be very welcome for no one who's already playing a favorable matchup. But here's your best friend. The Satyr Mind Stealer is going to make things a little bit more fair.
Well, you say that. It's a 2 versus 1 then. How could he possibly match up against this? But yeah, this will be an interesting one nonetheless. We have seen the Earthshakers, I mean, literally yesterday we were talking about this. Earthshakers have gotten off to some rough starts, and it just feels like they never get back into the game, but still a very highly touted hero that we're continuing to see in basically every game.
Yeah, we've seen it moved around a little bit. We saw XXS play an offlane Shaker. I personally would love to see some position 4 Shaker. I think it is playable this patch, and a lot of the offlaners actually work quite well. You see a team like Parivision are able to run Monkey King, who is not a strong laner as a 4. So you would think it's also possible for Shaker to perhaps pull a wave or 2, fissure block, and get your offlaner what you need, but it's almost exclusively been in that core position now. A really nice head start mid from Malrine, 5 and 4 against the 1 and 2 and Queen. And for no one, this is a lane that you can't ignore the mental aspect of playing a favored matchup and just losing to a Chen creep. It's really frustrating, but there's not really anything you can do about it.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Has the level in Shadow Strike right now. We'll see how many points he wants to put in this matchup. But Malrine, I feel like of all the people that play the Earthshaker, he's been, maybe it's just confirmation bias, but he's been the most consistent, it feels
I would
like,
agree with that.
Tournament.
And it's not only this, I would also say his Sand King. We've seen some, to put it bluntly, some pretty underwhelming Sand King games on the mage stage.
They're very flashy, but the steadiest one on the team, I feel like, is actually Skeeter. Which is not very common for like a position 1.
I think Falcons deserve credit for finding a way to somehow run out of farm on the map so that Skeeter can't get a position 1 farm every game, but that's just how efficient they are.
Oh, Boundless Strike, Malrine.
9 class.
Yeah, not much he can do here. Shadow Strike applied, first blood to no one, and Parivision, so
it's going to allow them to get across the finish line is to hold the towers as long as possible. Hand of God for Skitter.
Yeah, try to stay alive as that ult activated. Trying to apply all the pressure to DM right now. Boundless Strike from below the 9 class. There's the first Doom of the game. It's going to be applied to the Enigma, but Skeeter dies first, and now Amar has to run away with no mana whatsoever. Are they going to continue to chase, though? And Amar attempting to get out. Centaur Stomp does hit. Very nicely timed, Amar. Looks like he's going to end up dropping. So that ends up being a 2-for-1 in favor of...
I like Sanjanyasha here. As you said, what are you really countering?
Oh, Satanic, he actually blinks right into this. Malrine has everything at the ready. Amar as well. Mortimer skips his, there's the Echo Slam. Down goes Satanic.
And now Amar on the receiving end, perhaps.
Yep, DM shows up to the party. They're gonna get rooted now. Nice fissure, gonna block off DM, but they have so many stuns, so many slows to work with. Amar does die.
How much of a magic damage threat there is on him.
Wow, this is quite the Roche attempt. Yeah, they lose Echo Slam. They're like, hey, let's Roche. No big deal. Amar, no one in the area. DM as well. They're going to try to hound him. Prevent that black hole coming, but Amar with the Doom upon the Quap. He's in a lot of trouble now, trying to walk it up. They're going to try to get the Roach first, as Skeeter continuing to pound into him. There's the first black hole of the game onto the Earthshaker, but they do get the Aegis onto Skeeter. Malrine falls for this. Sonic Wave, can Parivision try to take advantage of this timing. Boundless Strike on the Snake King gets slowed as well. Looks like this is going to be the second kill for Parivision. Does cost him the Aegis, although Snake King is super tanky. Finally.
their lineup, they are happy to go super late against Falcons because there's no reliable counter to the BKB Black Hole Enigma later down the line. Anti-Mage wants to get 2 or 3 more items before he really feels comfortable fighting the Troll.
Malrine gonna open it up onto the Enigma with the Mortimer gets his follow, but he has the pipe, and now they have their TPs. Falcons now on the run. Malrine looking for a good echo, but they're not giving him one. He's just getting stun locked on the sideline. But there's the Doom under Satanic, blinking it all by himself. The echo goes off as Satanic attempting to run away, but Amar's going to continue to hand him. Now the right clicks from Skeeter are enough to take out DM in turn. The Doom, there's a false promise to save the Anti-Mage for now. And it looks like he will survive. In fact, close to full HP, so could rejoin the fight if they want. Amar forced to BKB, and now in full retreat mode as Satanic is leading the way. Onto the high ground, Satanic still has that Mana Void at the ready. Nice boundless strike onto 2 as Falcons just scrambling to get away. But there's the big Mana Void as Skeeter completely out of mana now. 2 dead in this fight, and 3 overall for Falcons. Make it 4 as Crit tumbles. So Pvision, great response overall. Even without this lead, it's going to be hard to contest. Back into the pit, Falcons. They're going to continue to get spotted, though. They have so many Helm of the Dom crews they can always just send in here for vision. This will never be a freebie, as Roche will now start his way to the other side of the pit. Summer vacation time for him as DM comes in with the Black Hole only on the one. The big Echo Slam on the 3 heroes from Malrine. Everybody's still super healthy, though. Finally, the Troll gets off the ult. Satanic gets doomed to the other side. He's been able to walk his way past the fissure, though. And now there's the big throw from Roche. Enigma in a lot of trouble. Got to get away from that big bad boy as Malrine. Onto the high ground. He's going to be safe. The Satanic now no longer doomed. Wants to fight. Skeeter no longer with the ult, and we've seen this story before. They're going to have to try to run away. They get the stun lock onto no one, though. Stuck inside this area. He's in a lot of trouble, but there's the big Mana Void from Satanic, taking out Malrine in turn, and now Falcon's likely trying to run away. Snaking, gets bashed up, gets destroyed, and now next on the list is Skeeter. 3 dead for Falcons as Pvision honestly relatively easily take this fight, just long and drawn out.
They don't have the damage. They're getting on top of this AM with Doom, but the follow-through is not relevant enough. You find a good echo, it immediately gets piped off. Ducalis didn't even have to ult. They were never in enough danger that they had to cast the false promise on the Anti-Mage or the Queen of Pain. They're just leveraging their tankiness in these fights and exploiting the fact that Falcon's lineup is so heavily reliant on Troll attacking stuff for it to die, but he's just getting kited.
This is already going to be a lane. This is a crazy timing for Pvision. This will be completely free. They get the full lane, everybody remaining with their lives. 20 seconds left on the death timer. Black Hole. But we do have a refresher.
Amar fights Ducalis. Could be a start.
Absolutely. Get the stun lock. DM is the bigger prize, but Malrine comes with the Echo Slam, but the Black Hole comes to fruition. Boundless strike from 11 from 9 classes, a huge Sonic Wave onto 2. They take out Skeeter. Amar attempting to Nightfall away. Will do so successfully, but still 2 dead for Falcons. Buyback available for Skeeter, but you can see Pvision gonna push the envelope and force it out of him. A very aggressive blink as Satanic's gonna work on the building, says Amar. Not able to provide too much resistance to no one. We'll be able to blink out with Oracle nearby. Satanic gets the range. Barracks wants to go for the killing blow onto Malrine. Midnight Pulse applied from DM. There's the right clicks from Skeeter, not doing anything at this point. Abyssal Blade from Satanic, trying to get onto his ultimate from the Troll Warlord. Staying alive just for now, but the rest of Pvision in the air. They do kill Satanic. It's going to cost Skeeter his dieback, though. Malrine dies right outside his fountain. Only 2 alive for Falcons as GG's come out. They do kill Satanic in the end, but it matters not. Pvision take game number 1.
That felt like a complete strategic victory, but not only that, Pvision also have the plays to back it up. Keza was talking about this on the panel. He said